As part of my work, I've been privileged to visit Santo several times over the period 2016 to 2019. And I was particularly struck in 2019 during the training sessions that we held in Port Olry, which is quite close to Champagne Beach, but how little of the tourist revenue actually reached the local community, and the roadblocks to them actually benefiting from that income. And especially striking was the very basic nature of the accommodation that was available, and the struggles that tourist operators there had in promoting their facilities and in attracting tourists there.
Show you guys, this is coffee on the beach in Port Olry. In the morning we're staying at the just a few meters away. It's right on the edge of the beach. It's the health center's little volunteer quarters, which Father Malekula kindly let us stay in.
This footage is taken by passengers on a cruise in 2017 to Champagne Beach. You see the footage, they go to the beach, they spend a bit of money in the stalls. But when you look at the actual amount of money that goes to the local community in its areas, there was a 2014 assessment of economic impact of cruise ships to Vanuatu, which was commissioned by the Australian Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade, Carnival Australia and IFC. And among the key findings was, of the Australian 34.6 million that was spent by passengers and crew in 2013, 90% of that went to private businesses. But in comparing Port Vila, Luganville and Mystery Island, most of the, over 80% of the money goes to Port Vila, just because the facilities are more developed. Mystery Island was $11 per day was passenger spend. That was said to be close to what was probably going to Champagne Beach communities. And direct economic impact per passenger for that year was 21 Australian dollars. These excerpts are from the 2013 Dateline documentary, and just gives you a snapshot of what has happened with the cruise ships visiting these remote ports and what happens to these local communities.
What's more, Australian aid through AusAid has put in more than $800,000 to help improve facilities on Walla and two other islands that P&O cruisers visit. So today, Walla has a cyclone-proof, Aussie-built public toilet block with running water and septic system. For tourist use only, of course. But over 10 years, the only evidence of development is the basic water system beside the graveyard. And that only supplies the tourist toilets on the waterfront.
From the start of the cruise ships, the money been a little bit used and it's not a proper used. Yeah, one chiefs, they said, okay, another chiefs, and then, okay, another committee, that's another one. Not a proper person to use the money.
Flavian Lelecte and his wife run one of the many little stalls that open when a ship arrives. As a young island chief, he's part of a new committee set up to find out just what's gone wrong.
Keep the change.
Thank you.
That's okay.
Where is the money now?
I don't know, maybe someone stealing on the off-road, or maybe, I don't know, because I'm always here. Maybe someone left here, go to villa, go into office,
And took your money?
Yes.
Who do you think this was?
Maybe some people.
Do you not want to say? You don't want to use anybody's name?
Yes.
So are there lots of arguments about money and who has the money and where the money is and who should spend it?
Yes. Of course.
Autrement, je peux rien dire.
Vous ne savez pas.
Non, je peux pas.
Mais
Je savais pas, mais je peux pas dire.
Jean-Yves Malaire heads the new tourist committee that hopes to discover how much has been squandered, how much stolen.
Rapport depuis de 2004 à 2012, c'est jamais enlevé. Donc c'est ça que je peux rien dire à propos de comme du passé.
Even recently elected Prime Minister Moana Carcasses admits it's endemic.
People used to say that the politicians were corrupt, but now it's everywhere. It's the civil servants are corrupt. Everyone is corrupted.
Why?
Well, I don't know. It's I guess people were not punished. My government will make sure that whoever break the law, if you are caught, you're going to go to a court and you're going to be punished.
And does that apply to ministers, to
Everyone.
government officials?
And also the one who bring the carrots, the private sector.
Hello, my name is Janet. This is my restaurant and bungalow, my little business.
To better protect the local community against corruption and exploitation when they allow tourist activity on their land, the people have to be educated.
This is my little restaurant. When you stay in the bungalow, you can come up here for breakfast, lunch and dinner, and then you can relax. Little bar. We sell just a beer and wine and soft drink, and at the same time we have a little handicraft we put close to the bar.
Children should be encouraged and supported through tertiary education. And local communities, both men and women, should be educated in financial literacy, entrepreneurship, and other business skills, and in value-adding activities which will allow them to sustainably and profitably use the environment. When they can individually profit from the tourism revenue and use profits to improve their quality of life, they embolden themselves and others in their community to force their leaders to be more accountable. This course taught me new concepts, but it also opened my eyes to the similarities amongst indigenous peoples around the world, and it made me feel more of a kinship with all my Pacific brothers and sisters. We may not have been able to help each other out during colonization, but we can certainly learn from each other in shaking off the shackles of the past, in all the ways it threatens to enslave us in this new era.